Hello friends and welcome to a New York Times hard Sudoku. As always, without further ado, let's get started on this one. Today is October 9, 2022. Let's see what we've got. Well, to start out, we can place an 8 in this cell because of these two 8s. So that is a no-brainer. And there is a single 6 to be found because of these two 6s here and the 6 here. We can place a 6 in this cell. Looking at the 4 here and the 4 here, I know that a 4 will have to go in one of these two cells. Just something to keep in mind. We can all count to 9, can't we? And here's something we often neglect to do. I'm looking at this column 3 here, and though we're still missing 5 digits, because there is an intersection with a lot of different digits up here. Now, there's a 1, there's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 that can all see this cell. Therefore, it's got to be a 9. That has, of course, got nothing to do with complicated logic and patterns, but I'll take it. And remember just before I mentioned that a 4 will have to go in one of these two cells. So will a 2, because of the 2 here and the 2 here. So now we've got a pair of 2 and 4 in these two cells. And while that isn't immediately helpful in terms of 2s and 4s, it is helpful in terms of a 3, because these two cells being a 2 and a 4, where now can a 3 go in this 3 by 3 box? Because of the 3 here, it can't go here or here, so it has got to go here. And that gives us one more 3, and that 3 will have to go in this cell because of the 3 here. I'm sure you can all see that. And that leaves these two cells, and they have to be a 1 and a 9, right? Because these are 2s and 4s, and the only two digits now missing is a 1 and a 9, leaving a 2, 5, and a 7 to go in these 3 cells. And that leaves a 3, 6, and a 9 to complete these 3 cells. So here's a 9 and here's a 6. So that one has got to be a 4. And the 9 can't go here because of the 9 here. So this one has got to be a 9 now, and this one must be a 6. Now we just need to find a 4 for this column, and of course there's a 4 here already that can see this cell, so the 4 will have to go here, and that gives us the 2, which was the other missing digit from this pair. And the 2 here, and a ghost 2 in one of these 3 cells gives us a 2 for this cell. The remaining 1, 6, and a 7 that we need for this column can't be placed right now, but we'll get back to them soon. By the way, I'm noticing the 3 and a 6 here and the 3 and a 6 here, they force a 3 and a 6 to be in these 3 cells in some order. And I'm spotting a 4. We got a 4 here, and we've got a 4 here, and we've got a 4 here. And that pretty much places a 4 in this cell right here. And now we have a 4, 9 here, and we have a 4, 9 here, and that gives us a 4, 9 for these two cells. And to complete this row 9, we still need, because we have the 4 and a 9 here, we need a 1, 2, and a 7, right? There's a 1 here, so one of these cells will have to be a 1 eventually. And giving the 1 up here, we know now that a 1 will have to go in this cell. because of the 1 up here, it can't go here. So the 1 for row 8 will have to go here. We still need a 2, 5, and an 8 to complete row 8, and there is an 8 here and an 8 here, so the result is a given. The 8 must go here now. Of course, these two being a 4 and a 9, in addition to the 3 and a 6, we need up here, we also need a 2, right, to complete this 3 by 3 box. And it so happens that there's a 2 here and here, so the 2 will have to go here. To complete this row 7, we still need to find a 3, 5, 6, and a 7. And we know, of course, that these two have to be a 3 and a 6 because we've established that quite a few minutes ago already. So this being a 3 now places a 3 here and a 6 here. Now we need a 5 and a 7 to complete the row. I believe we still need 1, 3, 5, and an 8 to complete row 6. A 1, 3, 5, and an 8. Now there's a 1, 8, and a 5 that can all see this cell, so this one has got to be a 3. And given this 3 here and the 3 down here, we can now place a 3 in row 5, like so. And also in row 2, like so, because of this 3, and the 3 up here. And here is something that we can easily miss if we are not paying attention. Look at the 5, 8 here and the 5, 8 here. Those two pairs prohibit a 5, 8 from going in these 3 cells and in these 2 cells. And that means that this cell will have to be a 5 or an 8, and this cell will have to be a 5 or an 8. Now, what does that do to the 1s? We still need a 1, don't we, for this 3 by 3 box. And there's a 1 here and a 1 here. And that leaves only these 2 cells for a 1. But since we just established that this cell here has to be a 5 or an 8, then, of course, this now is a 1. And that resolves the 1 and a 9 we had going on over here for the longest time. This is now a 9, and this is a 1. And remember when we said that one of these cells has to be a 1? Now, this 1 and this 1 forces a 1 in one of these 2 cells. However, we still need to find a 1 for this column. Since it obviously can't go here, 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 or here because of this 1, we can put it here. And that gives us a 1 for the first row, like so. A 7 will have to go here, won't it, because of this 7 and this 7, so that's easy enough. Now, these two, of course, have to be a 4 and a 6 in some order, and since this is a 5 or an 8, and this is a 5 or an 8, we know that a 9 will have to go here. This is now also a 5 or an 8. And since this cell can't be an 8 because of the 8 here, and this cell can't be an 8 because of that 8 over here to the left, so we now know that even though this cell in theory could be a 5 or an 8, we know that it has to be an 8 because there's no other place that an 8 can go in this column. And that gives us this 8 over here, and it resolves this cell also, and it is now a 5. The 8 here and here and the 8 here force an 8 in this cell. And of course now an 8 must go in this cell here because of the 8 here, 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 and here. So the 8 is a given for this cell. I think I got distracted from finishing this column. We still need to find a 2 and a 5. There's a 5 here that can see the cell, so this of course is a 2 and this is a 5. And now, given these two 5s, we can finally place a 5 in column 1, like so, and a 7 now will have to go here because of the 7 over here. The last digit that we needed here was a 2, and it goes here. And the two 7s in these two rows gives us a 7 for this cell, and these two 7s gives us this 7 up here. Now we just need to find a 1, 2, 5, and a 9 for these two cells. This 5 puts a 9 in this cell and a 5 here. And the 9 here, here, and here forms a 9 in this cell. We still need to find a 4 and a 5 to complete row 1. There's a 5 down here, so this cell must be a 5, and this is now a 4, and that takes care of the 4 and 6 we had waiting for us down here. This is now a 6, and this is a 4, and these two 4s put a 4 here, and the last digit missing in that box, of course, was a 9. It goes here. Now we need to complete this box 3 up here. The 7 will have to go here, and this one is going to be a 6. And that gives us a 6 for this cell and a 7 for this one. These two cells will have to be a 1 and a 2 in some order. There's a 2 here, so this is a 1 and this is a 2, and that makes this cell a 1 and it makes this cell a 5. And if we have done everything correctly, we have shown that it can be a lot of fun solving as puzzle without using pencil marks. It wasn't very hard, but I think it was kind of satisfying to do it this way. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you want to see more videos like this, I invite you to hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, just keep an eye out for this space, and more videos will be coming. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.